Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. We are diving into a topic that is just, well, it's incredibly fascinating and deeply important. We're going to look at how we can use artificial intelligence not just for cranking out emails or boosting business productivity, but to actually empower real human connection. We're exploring the intersection of AI, language learning, and the social inclusion of migrants and refugees in their new host countries, right? Let's just jump right in.
I want you to take a second and really put yourself in someone else's shoes. Imagine arriving in a completely foreign country. The stakes are incredibly high, right? You need to find a place to live, you have to get a job, or maybe you just need to go down the street and buy some groceries. But you don't have the most fundamental tool you need to do any of that: communication. It's totally overwhelming. For folks seeking a fresh start, that language barrier is usually the very first, and definitely the most intimidating obstacle they face.
For migrants and refugees who are fleeing conflict or really tough economic situations, and keep in mind they are often traveling with vulnerable young kids, learning the language isn't just a nice to have. It is quite literally the bridge to navigating their entirely new environment. It's the essential lifeline that pulls someone out of isolation and helps them survive. It is the literal difference between feeling like a total outsider and actually finding a safe harbor and a true sense of belonging in a new community.
So what this means is that language learning for an adult migrant is about way more than just sitting at a desk and memorizing grammar rules. It's the absolute master key to inclusion, whether we're talking socially, educationally, or getting into the labor market. When you can speak the language of your host country, suddenly you can advocate for yourself. You can access critical services, land a job, and actually participate in the neighborhood. But honestly, beneath the mechanics of speaking, it's really about building up personal confidence and gaining true autonomy. It's about getting your independence back.
But, here's where we hit a pretty massive roadblock. Traditional language classes are fantastic, of course, but they really struggle to meet the wildly diverse needs of adult learners all at once. Think about it. Migrants arrive speaking vastly different native languages. They have totally varied educational backgrounds. One person might literally need to learn basic literacy, while the person sitting right next to them could be a highly qualified engineer. And everyone learns at different speeds. It's like trying to teach a class where one student urgently needs to learn how to ask for the price of bread and another needs to pass a medical licensing exam. A one-size-fits-all approach just kind of breaks down when you have all these unique, urgent needs in one room.
Section 1. AI as Support, your personalized practice buddy.
Now, when we talk about bringing AI into the mix to help out, I want to be super clear. We are not talking about some cold, futuristic robot taking over. We're talking about a super accessible, totally personalized companion that's just there for practical, everyday practice. Let me give you a concrete example of how easy this is. A learner could literally just type in a prompt like, "Act as a Spanish teacher for an adult migrant learner at A1 level. Practice with me a conversation to book an appointment at a health center. Use short sentences and correct my mistakes kindly." Boom! It totally demystifies the technology. They can practice a really specific high-stress situation like booking the doctor over and over again. And the best part? The AI has infinite patience. You can mess up 50 times and there is zero fear of judgment.
Let's look at another one, just to see how flexible this is. Say someone is getting ready to enter the workforce. They could just prompt the AI with, "Help me learn basic vocabulary for a job interview. Explain each word using simple sentences and give me examples." And just like that, the AI shifts gears. It goes from being a healthcare assistant right into being a personalized career coach. Whether you're trying to figure out a rental lease, understand what your kid's teacher is asking for, or prep for a big interview, the AI adapts to exactly what you need in your life at that exact moment.
So, how does this actually play out in everyday life? Well, it becomes your go-to tool for daily hurdles. First up, you can practice booking those tricky medical appointments. Second, you can prep and do role plays for job interviews until your confidence is through the roof. Third, you can practice asking for directions or figuring out a confusing bus schedule. And fourth, this is a big one, you can use it to simplify and actually understand those incredibly dense administrative letters you get in the mail. These are not just fun little academic exercises, right? These are the real, practical stepping stones to becoming independent and finding your voice in a totally new society.
Section 2. The boundary. The irreplaceable human teacher.
Now, let's be absolutely crystal clear about something. While AI is practically magic when it comes to vocabulary drills, endless repetition, and instant grammar corrections, it has hard limits. It is strictly a complementary tool. The human language teacher, they are completely 100% irreplaceable. Teachers bring the things a computer simply cannot compute: crucial cultural context, emotional support, empathy, and actual human connection. Vulnerable learners need that safe harbor. The AI is a fantastic practice buddy between classes, sure, but it's the teacher who actually guides the human journey.
Section 3.
Safe and responsible AI use.
As we start using this amazing technology more and more, we have to establish some strict boundaries to keep everyone's data and personal info completely safe. Here are the golden rules. Do not ever type your real name, your ID or passport numbers, medical info, banking details, or any highly sensitive personal situations into these AI tools. Just don't do it. We always urge learners and trainers to use fictional, made-up examples. It gives you all the benefits of the AI practice while keeping your private life absolutely locked down and secure.
Section 4. The Be-MigrAI Project Framework.
Bringing all of this together requires real backing, and this vital initiative is actually co-funded by the European Union through the Erasmus Plus program. That kind of support is exactly what makes bridging this digital and educational gap a reality. It's an acknowledgement that if we want to make learning truly accessible and inclusive across Europe, we have to train educators to use these advanced technologies safely and effectively.
To get specific, this entire effort is the Be-MigrAI project, which again is co-funded by the European Union through the Erasmus Plus program. The core mission is to use artificial intelligence to help people learn the language of their host country. And the folks driving this forward are the promoting organizations OND Senvelos and ISRESC. They're working across borders to make sure AI is used ethically and that it truly leads to real social and labor market inclusion. And as part of the official framework of this amazing initiative, I just need to share this brief statement with you. This video is part of the Be-MigrAI project, co-funded by the European Union through the Erasmus Plus program. The views and opinions expressed are solely those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect those of the European Union or the SCPA national agency. Neither the European Union nor the national agency can be held responsible for them.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. Are you ready to discover even more practical, safe, and responsible ways that AI can drive social and educational inclusion? Because, honestly, we've only just scratched the surface here of how technology can help migrants and refugees find their voice. I highly encourage you to follow the rest of this explainer series as we keep exploring this incredible intersection of tech and human empowerment. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, keep learning.